Welcome to Real Estate Innovators Radio, featuring industry influencers and trendsetters, sharing proven strategies to help you build a better business today. And here is your host, Keith Doherty.
Hello and welcome to this episode of our show. This is your host, Keith Doherty. Today our special guest is top real estate agent Henrik Alaverdyan of JohnHart Real Estate based out of Glendale, California. Henrik specializes in serving his clients who are looking to buy or sell property in Los Angeles and the surrounding cities. He has a comprehensive understanding of the market in skillful and strategic pricing and marketing. He believes he is not number one, his clients are. It's all about you and your best interest. Plain and simple, Henrik helps people every step of the way when purchasing or selling homes, providing professional and trustworthy service. No hype, no fluff, straightforward and experienced. Henrik is here to stay. Henrik, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Mr. Keith. Thank you very much for having me. It's truly an honor to have me on your radio show.
No, we're glad you're here today. And I guess if we could start, Henrik, what led you into real estate? Was it something that you knew you always wanted to do, or did you kind of just stumble into it?
What led me to real estate was the fact that I knew I am a people person. I wanted to help families with making the right decision with what is likely one of their biggest financial decisions they'll have to make in their life. I had a couple career paths in front of me to choose, but in the end I feel that I have made the right decision. I love what I do and I am good at it. What more can one ask for out of their career choice?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's important that you definitely enjoy and love what you do, because it's going to come across to people if you don't like your career choice. So that's great.
Absolutely.
So what personal attributes or traits or qualities do you think have most contributed to your success, and how do you think you developed those?
You know, ever since I was young, my parents always involved me in sports. I started playing basketball at age 4 and continued until I was about 16. On almost every team I played, I was the team captain. I helped lead the team to victory. And after that, I joined mixed martial arts. I know it may sound silly since these are just sports, but the time, dedication, discipline, and hard work needed to succeed really helped me to create great work ethic for which I am now known. A few years later, here I am helping families turn their dreams into realities and making sure that the decisions they do make are educated ones.
Yeah, I think that's great that you kind of built that foundation, like you said, through sports and teamwork and leadership, and kind of helping lead your team to having success there, and actually applied that lesson in life as well too.
Definitely, and now it carried on to my real estate career, which I am blessed.
So, Henrik, do you think you could give us some specific examples of when these traits have played a role in your path towards success, especially when it's come to real estate?
Absolutely. It seems that nowadays public opinion is that real estate is easy money. But truth be told, if you're doing it right, it's anything but easy. Anyone with a license can submit an offer or list a property, but knowing what is in your client's best interest and fighting for it is not a given, and it's not easy. My job is not to submit an offer or list a property. My job is to do what I just mentioned and fight for my clients. I've had many situations where clients have been in love with the property, and just like a doctor delivering bad news, I have to need it to tell my clients, this isn't the one. This will cause you big problems down the line. And pretty much their heart breaks, they're in love with the property. But conversely, I've had the situation when listing a property for sale where the buyers are trying to bully my client into taking a bad deal, and I have to fight with the other agent to get favorable terms from my seller. So that strength and ability to overcome obstacles I can directly attribute to my past experiences.
Yeah, I think it's important what you said there, that you sometimes you really have to put the client first. I mean, you could have probably in many instances just like, okay, let's just go through the deal and you're going to get paid, but it's not the right thing for the client. And I think it's important to point out to our listeners that you took the time to want to make sure that the client's being served in the right manner and they're getting the proper deal that they deserve.
Absolutely, and there's a reason why the client hires me, and it's my job to guide them and lead them to the right decisions. I don't want them to end up in a deal where later on down the road they're going to be pretty much in a bad situation.
Absolutely. So obviously, with the success you've had, not everything comes easy to everybody. So what are some of the major adversities or trials that you've had to overcome to achieve your goals?
This one is a good one. While my family supported me when I first started out on this path, I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. So everything that I have had to work for. Unlike many of the top agents around town, there was a lot of sacrifice when I first started out. Missing holidays with my family, not being with friends, in various activities, and being essentially self-employed. I've had to invest everything I make back into my career. But I have no regrets. Every sacrifice I made was for my clients and for my career, and I stand by it. Additionally, I am young, and earning the respect of my colleagues and the trust of my clients was not the easiest task. I had to prove myself at every juncture, but looking back at it now, those tests made me better.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that they definitely help you grow as a person. I actually did an interview the other day, and the gentleman said he wants to fail fast forward, fastly, kind of let me, I know I'm going to make mistakes. I know that I'm going to make errors, but let me go ahead and just get them all out of the way so I can get past these and have success.
Definitely.
So obviously, Henrik, you've had success. You've had some adversities and trials. What kept you going despite these obstacles? Why didn't you give up? Why didn't you say, what, maybe real estate's not my thing, and maybe try a traditional career path? What kept you going?
It's simple. I have a vision. In order to succeed, you need to have a vision. You need to set goals and have a plan and work towards those plans every single day. No matter how tired you are, you don't stop. I have the mentality where I don't stop when I'm tired. I stop when I'm done. People my age would go parties, clubbing, and whatnot, but I was in my office thinking of ways to better serve my clients and to market myself uniquely because of so much competition. You can't just expect things to happen without putting any effort or work into it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that what you pointed out there is key. That you could have been like the norm, like you said. Other people your age may have been going out and having a good time, and you decided that, hey, I have a goal. In order to achieve that goal, I'm not going to be going out and doing that. I'm going to get the job done, and I'm going to take care of my clients, and I'm going to build my business. So, kind of looking forward. Yeah, absolutely. So kind of looking forward, what is your vision for your career, say, over the next 5 years? Where do you see things going?
I love this question. I want to build my own empire within these next 5 years. What better way than to follow in the footsteps of the well-known entrepreneurs that have already built their empire? Barbara, who already built her empire with real estate from Shark Tank. I also look up to Dave Ramsey, Mark Cuban, Damon John, and many more wonderful leaders.
Yeah, it's a lot to aspire to. Actually, an interesting side story, one of my new books came out called Publish to Profit last week. It was actually the 23rd. And Damon John's book, The Power of Broke, was in small business marketing. It was in the number 3 spot behind, I don't know if you've heard of Gary Vaynerchuk. Gary Vaynerchuk, yeah, his book was out. So I actually pushed both of them down. So I was the number 1 bestseller in the marketing category. I pushed down Gary V and Damon John. So I was excited to say I slayed a shark for a few days when my book debuted.
Absolutely.
So kind of also looking forward, what do you feel is the best way that you market yourself as a real estate professional for continued growth?
Going back, giving the highest level of customer service to all the clients. As a professional, as a real estate professional, for continual growth is the best way to go. It doesn't matter for me if the client is looking for a $200,000 house or a $2 million house. The service must stay the same. You can market all you want and try all these different marketing techniques, but if you're not listening to your clients and providing them with what they need, they won't be around too long. At the moment, most of my business comes in from referrals. For me, that's the highest level of appreciation from clients. That just means I did something right. And that's the best way to market yourself for the business that I'm in for continual growth.
Yeah, I think you hit on something key there. Like you said, is it speaks volumes for you as a professional that a lot of your business comes from referrals, right? Because obviously, if you weren't doing a good job and you weren't taking care of people, they wouldn't be talking around, going around town saying, "Oh, hey, you got to work with Henrik. He took care of us." So that speaks volume of how you take care of people. And we've actually interviewed quite a few real estate professionals on the show, and the common thread that we tend to come across is really, which is what you do, which I want to point out, is that you really serve the needs of the customer. You really sit down and understand, and you don't work a deal for anything other than their best interest. And I think that's great that it takes a lot to be able to focus on that. But I think because of that, you've been able to grow your business as you have.
Definitely. And, I'm in the business of making people more money. And with buying a house, I'm the one that takes away those stress that comes with the process of buying or selling, So I just I make sure my clients are fully satisfied. Just like I said, even if they're buying a $200,000 house or a $2 million house, customer service must stay the same.
Absolutely. And that kind of brings me to another point here is that, I think that sometimes there's misconceptions and myths, especially about working with agents. Some people assume that, I'm just going to put a for sale sign up. I'm going to do a for sale by owner. No big deal. It's not a thing. So what do you think the biggest misconception or myth that people actually have about working with a real estate agent?
Mr. Keith, there are plenty of myths when it comes to working with a real estate agent. The biggest myth people have working with a real estate agent is the less commission you pay to sell, the more you make. This is from a seller's point of view. Discount brokers love to spread this myth. They claim to save sellers money by charging less. The truth is, agents who are top producers and excel in this business do not discount services simply because they don't have to. They know what their value is, they know what their worth is, and they know what they could bring to the table at the end of the day. I know that I work countless hours and spend my own money drawing in the widest audience of buyers possible, which results in a bidding war. And I also know when those offers come in, I am going to be able to get them higher. In short, I know what I put in, my sellers get out, and that what I charge to do this comes back in a higher final sales price. And another myth is agents will say anything just to make a sale happen. Yes, there are agents who will say and do anything to make a sale happen, but at the same time, it's unfair to look at every agent the same way. Before working with the agent you choose, it's best to do your homework and ask questions and always check for reviews by previous clients. All you have to do is just go on the web, search the agent, and there's Zillow, there's all these websites that they provide testimonials. And I believe the top producing agents who carry a great reputation in the business and practice real estate honestly and truthfully are very careful to uphold the client's trust.
So essentially, that kind of leads me to another point with some of the things you just said there. Let's take a hypothetical situation. Let's say you get a call from a family member, and let's say they happen to live in New York. They say, Henrik, you know what, I'm sick and tired of the snow here. We're coming out to California. What kind of advice would you give them if they obviously live in New York, they want to sell their home there? What kind of advice would you give them for selecting an agent that could best serve their needs? Kind of how you take care of your people. How would you tell them to find somebody like you in New York that could help them?
Absolutely. There is, Top Agent magazine, there's a website, Top Agent, where you could search up the top producing agents where, they have good reputation. You could go on the web, and before you hire an agent, you really need to sit down and ask questions to these agents and make sure you pretty much get their sales record. Their reviews are number one because those are real people that worked with those agents. I come across reviews that are great for the agents, and I come across reviews where it's just very bad, where you have to service your client in a way that to make sure when they're reviewing you, they're going to be all over the web. So you want to make sure you really get that good review and testimonial in from your client to generate more business, because before even anyone hires you, I believe everyone searches the web before even giving you a call. So it's really important to have that online presence.
Yeah, I think what you pointed out there is big, especially this day and age of technology, that there's so much available at our fingertips that we can search and we can look at reviews. I mean, even if you think about if I travel with my wife and we're in a different city, a lot of times you'll just jump on, you'll jump on your phone and you'll look at reviews of local restaurants and places to go, and you'll even take somebody else's opinion and say, okay, well, they recommend this place has got 5 stars, and a whole bunch of people said it, so it must be true, so let's go try it. So I think what you're saying there is important, too, that, the same thing with real estate, that people can take a look at those reviews and kind of gauge an agent's reputation based upon that.
Absolutely. That's key in the business, and that's why I always personally make sure I always listen to my clients first, make sure what they're looking for, and then I go into action mode and I deliver what they want.
Excellent. Now, Henrik, if somebody, let's say they're in your area, they're out that way, and they want to get more information about you, how can they find out more about you and how you can help them?
Very, very easily. Call me 818-731-4649 or visit me online at henriksales.com. I'm not one of those agents, that you call and will not respond for days or even weeks. I'm always on top of my business. I'm in the business of making people more money, just like I said, and taking away the stress that comes with buying or selling a property. I also have been published as a top agent in California in Top Agent Magazine. My article is all over the web. Even if you Google my name, my contact information will come up with numerous personal websites. And, I just want to thank JohnHart Real Estate and my broker, Harold Kiroglian, for all the support. It's very important for a broker and an agent to have a strong relationship. And I feel like he's not just my broker, he's my partner. He's always there for me when I need something. And, what better brokers to be part of when you feel like your broker is your partner.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that makes a big difference. So, Henrik, obviously I want to thank you for taking time out of your schedule and coming here today to share your business experience and everything with our listeners. And obviously, if you want to learn more about Henrik, below this interview, we're going to have a link to his website, as well as any other contact information. We'll have his name and email so that you can reach out to him. And definitely, if you're in that area that he serves, the Los Angeles and surrounding cities in California, definitely, look up Henrik and talk to him and see what he can do to help you out. So with that said, Henrik, thank you again. We certainly appreciate you coming and taking time to be on the show here today.
It's my pleasure, Mr. Keith. Thank you very much for having me over. And to anyone listening to this, if you are looking to buy or sell, I really look forward to working with you. If you want to experience the best real estate experience, you should give me a call, 818-731-4649. And let me help you make your realty dreams a reality. Hope everyone has a great day, and thank you for listening.
Excellent, everybody. All right, until next time, this has been Keith Doherty. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you all soon.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for listening to Real Estate Innovators Radio. To hear all episodes featuring leading real estate industry influencers and trendsetters, visit us online at realestateinnovatorsradio.com today.